Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Thanks so much for watching the race day video. In this video, I want to discuss all of my race kit that I use. I've been getting a few questions recently from people asking what I use, and well, it's a few days post 70.3 Swansea. The body's still aching, so I've got a little bit more time on my hands with reduced training. I've got everything lined up behind me for what I use. Thought I'd go through everything, and if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments section below. So let's get started. This is not comfortable at all. My knees are killing me already. So yeah, if you hear any weird noises, it's probably that. Anyway, I thought I'd go through, swim, bike, run, and then I can go through the beast bit of kit behind me because I've changed a few things recently. And some of you might be new to the channel, and it's just nice to go through an absolute weapon. So anyway, let's start with the swim. I have my Blue 70 Helix. Absolutely love this wetsuit. I've used Blue 70 and the Helix for, to be honest, like the last sort of 4-5 years. Absolutely love it. Really kind of flexible in the shoulders, so it doesn't give you that tight feeling. It's buoyant in the areas where you want to be buoyant. It's a really comfortable suit. It's really quick, and I think it looks pretty cool as well. So that's a really nice bit of kit. I have the Arena Cobra goggles. I am so fussy when it comes to goggles. I really am, because I've clearly got a really weird shaped face and most goggles that I use, they end up leaking or being uncomfortable or misting up. I mean, to be honest, most goggles I think mist up anyway after a certain amount of time. But these are the best goggles I have found for pool swimming, but also open water swimming. They do have different shades. This shade is probably my favourite. However, if it's an early morning swim on a race day, let's say, where you're swimming towards the sun like it was in Swansea, it can be quite blinding because they're not that shaded. So you might want to look at getting, for example, this as a low light goggle and then a more shaded one for like a brighter sort of day. But these are incredible. They fit so well. They're so comfy and the visibility is fantastic. I can't fault them at all. They're incredible. You can pick them up from Wiggle, I think, or Amazon, normally around 40-45 quid. So they're not the cheapest, but you're getting really good quality goggles there. Next up, I use this Blue 70 number belt. Just super simple. There's nothing really that interesting about a number belt. It holds a number and that's about it. If I can, I try and wear that under my wetsuit in a race, purely because it's one less thing to worry about in T1. Then all I have to do is worry about putting my helmet on. At some races, they don't let you do that. So for example, at Swansea, it was mandatory to have your number belt in your bag in T1, which isn't a problem. It's just, I quite like having the number under my wetsuit because it's just, like I said, one less thing to worry about. The only thing you have to think about then is when you take off your wetsuit, trying to not rip your number off, because that then would be a problem. But that's what I try and do there. Then I've got this heart rate strap. I didn't actually wear one in Swansea because I stupidly forgot my bike computer. So I was like, screw it, I'll forget this as well then. This is the Garmin something Pro. No idea. I'll put the name on the screen now. Really good heart rate strap. I mean, to be honest, I don't think any of them are crazy comfortable, but it's pretty good. It seems very accurate and I quite like it. I'm gonna have to put a pillow down. My knees are killing me. Next up, I use these, I've just recently purchased actually, these Drag to Zero calf guards. These ones actually haven't been washed since Swansea, so a little bit disgusting, but I'll be washing them later today. Just really nice aero benefit, especially for the longer races and going into a full Ironman. It's gonna help. Any benefit I can get, I would quite like. I also wear the Garmin, what is this? The Forerunner 945. Absolutely love this bit of kit. I do wear it in the swim. I don't log the swim, but I have it on me just so it's one less thing to have to put on in T2. And so yeah, that's what I use. It's a really nice bit of kit. So next up, onto the bike. Got my helmet, number still on like an absolute chopper, and I've actually got the last number from the other race under this one, so that is proper chopper move right there. This is the HJC AdWatt. and it's incredible actually. Really like this helmet. It's really lightweight, as you can see. It's pretty stumpy, so even if you drop your head or you move your head around, you're not really having too much of a disadvantage with regards to like catching the wind. So that's really good. It's really lightweight, it is comfortable, and the visor is really quite big, so you get a lot of visibility in your peripherals as well. So it's a great helmet, and I mean, ultimately, it's just really quick, which is ideal. Moving on, as you guys know, nutrition and hydration wise, I use everything from Precision Fuel and Hydration. So these are example of the big gel, the little gel, and a pack of electrolytes. So that's all stuff that I use on the bike. Bike shoes, I use the City triathlon shoes. I don't actually know what the model's called. Carbon 12 City. Anyway, yeah, these are really nice, really comfortable. Get them from Saddleback. And they're just a really nice, comfortable shoe. Velcro, I've had a shoe with a BOA dial in the past, and it's kind of good, but also it sometimes loses its strength and is a bit fiddly, whereas a Velcro, it's simple, but it's effective. Right, let's move on to the run. I've got my Nike Vaporflies. These are actually the original ones that I bought quite a while ago, and they are looking a little bit ropey. I'll be totally honest, I do need to get some new ones. However, they're incredibly expensive, and I'm not a massive fan of spending a lot of money on running shoes. But at some point I'm going to need to buy some new ones. But I do know that there are studies out there that people have found that, you know, a lot of people, they buy new Vaporflies or new Alpha Flies because they think they wear out really quickly. But actually, I've heard from people that they don't actually wear out as quickly as you might think. And actually, these ones still have a lot of spring in them. I might be tempted to get some new ones ahead of Ironman Wales just to make my life a little bit easier. But yeah, they're pretty good. They're really lightweight. Use some basic elastic laces in there, and they're bloody good shoes. They're really quick. Someone asked me the other day what cap I use. It's Precision Fuel and Hydration cap. I've got this black one, and I also have a white one as well, which is mainly the white one. Is the white one that is the one I normally go for. And I use some Oakley sunglasses. No idea what ones these are, but these are the ones that I use when running all the Sutros. And I think that is about it for the kit here. Let's go through the bike. Okay, so we got all the kit out of the way. Now let's talk about the bike. This is the Argon E119 Tri Plus. A little bit of a mouthful, but it's an absolute beast. I absolutely love this bit of kit. I bought this from the guys at BW Cycling, and I put all the parts from my Giant Trinity, which I had previously, onto this frame, but then I've also upgraded a few things, and as it stands, this is pretty much as good as I can get it. I'm sure there are a few other bits that I can get, and as I mentioned in a previous video, it would be nice to get more of a cockpit that hugs my forearm a little bit more, which is something I'm looking at getting, but I don't have it just yet. So if we start from the wheels, I've got an MV 7.8 up front here, and then I've got a disc which I've recently got this year secondhand from Leon Chevalier. So it's got a good pedigree, this disc. It's really nice actually. It is not tubeless, however, that doesn't matter because I put a latex tube in it and then just a decent Conti tyre on there, which is great. And actually, talking about that, the front is tubeless ready. The back isn't, like I said, latex tube in there. The front, I've got a Conti tyre as well. I find Continental tyres are just the best all-rounders. You can get tyres that are maybe slightly faster. You can get tyres that may be slightly lighter. However, Conti are the best when it comes to speed, puncture resistance, grip, everything combined, and they just seem to last a lot longer than any other tyre that I've used. So I've got the 5000s, I've got a slightly older one on here, and I've got a newer one on here, which is always slightly easier to get on, which is quite nice. And 25mm, they're pretty dreamy. So moving to the group set, I've got full Ultegra Di2, however I do have a Dura Ace crank set, and this is the Stages power meter, dual-sided crank set, and I run 165mm cranks, and I find that helps open up my hips, helps me get into a slightly lower position, slightly more aggressive, and it seems to be working so far, which is good. I've got 1128 cassette on there, and I've just recently gone for a newer Ultegra rear mech, just because my last one was a little bit battered, and this one's slightly less weight, slightly faster, slightly less resistance on the chain, so it's all just better. The chain, as you might see, is a nice wax chain from Ceramic Speed. This is actually the first time that I've used a chain from Ceramic Speed, so it's maybe got 110 kilometers on it, and absolutely loving it. It feels incredible, and I'll just be keeping this as my race chain, so I'll be taking that off, putting the old chain back on for training, and then using this chain just for races to keep it nice and fresh. And moving up, I've got, as you can see, Gorilla Cage just here. Keep going on about Gorilla Cages, but they're bloody good. I've also got some tape on the inside, which is actually, funny enough, it's Lydia's weightlifting tape, but it's super grippy, and it just means I'm not gonna have any bottles fall out, so it's brilliant. I've got I think it's a profile design attachment on that, which goes into the seat post. It's quite a universal attachment, so if you've got a hole in your seat post, it's likely that will do it. So if that's something you're looking at, because it keeps it quite neat and tidy, and you can adjust the angle of the bottle cage, that's something you should definitely look at getting. On the seat post, I've got an ISM PN 3.0, I believe. Really love this saddle. I've used it for a number of years now. The split nose saddle just really helps kind of rotate the hips around and get into that nice TT position without too much discomfort. This bottle cage is something that I get questions about all of the time. It is actually not an Argon bottle cage. It's a Cervelo bottle cage, and it's the one that comes with the P5, I believe, or the whole P range. I think they're very difficult to get hold of. I was lucky because I asked the guys at BW Cycling to source me one, and they did. There probably are some out there online on eBay somewhere. If you type in Cervelo 500ml bottle or 50, I don't know what the name is. I'll drop it, or I'll put it on the screen now. But yeah, it's a Cervelo Aero bottle, pops in and out, and it's probably the better one out on the market. I know the Elite Chrono is pretty rubbish. A lot of the other ones are pretty rubbish. Bento box here, this comes with the Argon. It's nice because it's got a bit of a recess into the top tube, so you can actually fit quite a few gels in there, which is really cool. I've got these grippy sections on the hoods, which is amazing for stability, cornering, descending, climbing, all of that. It's really nice. It's a lot better than having normal grip tape or a skateboard grip tape. I quite like skateboard grip tape, but it does shred your hands to pieces. This is a lot better. I love the single riser on this bike. Really nice and tidy, and from the front, this bike looks like an absolute weapon. I mean, it's so narrow and so aero. You can see why it's such a quick bike. On here, I've got the 51 Speed Shop cups and poles. And I actually love these. These actually come with the bike, which is really cool. The cups the foam is like some sort of memory foam, which is so comfy and quite a large surface area. So it does actually go up your forearm a fair amount. The poles are really nice as well. The position is good, but it could be better. And so what I'm looking at getting is something that, like I said, hugs the forearm a little bit more, but also extends me out a little bit further. I'm feeling a little bit cramped right now, and so I want something to push me out so that then I can dip in a little bit more. But as it stands, this setup's still pretty damn good. And in between my bars, I've got another Gorilla Cage, which is super easy just to carry my nutrition and hydration. And then I've got the 76 Project Garmin mount up front. Unfortunately, in Swansea, didn't have anything to look at, just the Garmin mount. But hopefully, actually no, I'm not going to say hopefully, definitely for Ironman Wales, I will remember my Garmin. I might forget something else, but I will remember my Garmin. There you go, that is the kit that I use for racing. If you have any questions about anything, or if you think I missed anything, drop them in the comments section below. I now need to clear up the living room because I made such a mess filming this video to try and keep things clear. But yeah, there she is. She's an absolute weapon. and I'm really looking forward to continuing my training and racing on her. And oh god, Wales is not far away now. I'm nervous, can you tell? No, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.